So today I'm doing the movies that I saw at home in the month of June, and I saw a very eclectic mixture of movies, and these are all movies that were new to me, not necessarily new to DVD. The first movie was called Slow West, and this is a movie that was released on demand as well as in the theater. So it is a new 2015 release. It is a Western starring Michael Fassbender and Cody Smith-McPhee. Michael Fassbender plays this kind of outlaw character who meets the Cody Smith-McPhee character, and who Cody Smith-McPhee is trying to get back to his love, and they end up kind of striking this unusual friendship. And I didn't really care for this movie. I thought it was very well made and it looks gorgeous, and if you like Westerns, then you'll probably like this movie. But I just don't really like Westerns, and I keep giving them shots, and they're just not my favorite. I found it very slow. I feel like the good Westerns, the ones that I do like, there's usually some kind of hero. And in this movie, everybody is very unlikable, and everybody is very cruel, and so I didn't have a John Wayne character that I could root for, and I felt like I needed that. And it is very bloody, and it is very brutal. It's definitely not for everyone, and I didn't really care for it, even though it was very well made and very well acted. Okay, the next movie that I saw at home is Maya the Bee, and this is a animated movie based on the Nick Jr. Animated series from the early 90s. And this is a movie that is for preschooler age children. It doesn't have a ton of grown-up appeal, but I found it watchable. I enjoyed it. And I love animation, so I always try to see every animated film that comes out in the year. And I thought this was sweet and bright and colorful. It looks really beautiful, and I enjoyed it. It's very predictable, and the villain is very Saturday morning cartoonish. I could see how somebody could really eviscerate the movie. It's not great, but I found it charming, and like I said, I think it looks really nice. I think the vocal performances are good. Jackie Weaver is in it, and Cody Smith-McPhee from Slow West. Talk about difference. And so I think if you have a very young one, I think they'll really enjoy it and take away a nice message about standing out from the crowd and being your true self. The next movie that I saw was very different. It was called The Adventures of Prince Ahmed. And this is actually the first animated film that we still have remaining. There's two others that we don't have that are lost, but this, a lot of people think that, I thought the Snow White was the first one, but it turns out it's not. It's The Adventures of Prince Ahmed, and it is an amazing film done by Laude Rettinger. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong, Rettinger, and she created silhouettes that she would move the paper against the light, little bits by little bits, creating this story, and they are amazing. And it was a really involved story for considering it was done through these silhouettes, and it sort of tells kind of an Aladdin's-ish, Alibaba type story, and it was like nothing else I've ever seen, and it's only 65 minutes. Definitely worth, if you're an animation fan like me, definitely worth checking out. And I'll put a link to my blog review because you can see a lot of the stills in there. The next movie that I saw was for the Hit Me With Your Best Shot series, which I have started. It's like a book club for movies. It's really fun. Put on by The Film Experiment is the name of the blog. And you basically, each week they assign a new movie to watch, and then you have to pick one screenshot from the film that you then share with your blog. And then he gathers them all, and you get to see whatever else picked. So it's really, really a fun book club experience and you get to hear everybody's different perspectives. And this new movie to me was called The Red Shoes. And I had actually never even heard of it, but it was amazing. You definitely want to check it out. It's about a woman whose dream is to become a prima ballerina, and she loves dance with a passion, And it's basically kind of about the struggle of her, whether she is going to go for love or go for the love of dance. And it's kind of a classic dilemma that many women even face now, of career versus home, and sort of the battle between herself. And the dance sequence is amazing. There's probably a 15-minute ballet on the Red Shoes, which is the Hans Christian Andersen story. And she's torn between there's a man who's the conductor who wrote the Red Shoes, and the man who is the head of the ballet company, who is completely obsessed with making the ballet company great. And so that's also sort of she's torn between the two. It's very good. I liked it a lot, and it took me about 20 minutes to really kind of get into it, and I was a little bit confused on what's going on. So if that happens to you, just hold out. You'll get it. I think you'll really, really find it beautiful. It was, and talk about different. The last movie that I saw that I had actually never seen before was Die Hard. I know, totally other end of the spectrum. I'd never seen Die Hard. So I decided to give it a shot and watch it, and I really enjoyed it. And I think it is a lot like 24. I think that they got a lot of Jack Bauer from John McClane. And basically, if you don't know, it's about John McClane is this New York City cop, and he comes to visit his wife who works for this Japanese company in LA. And while he's there for this Christmas party at the corporate office, there's this big safe in the corporate office that she works, and they're having this Christmas party, and this terrorist group comes in trying to take over the building, and so that take everybody hostages so that they can get the code, so they can get the money out of the safe. And he's there, and so it's basically like John McClane versus all these terrorists, and it's gritty, and it's violent, and it is has a lot of bad language. So but I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. What can I say? He has so much charisma. Bruce Willis has so much charisma as John McClane. And it's definitely, like, you definitely feel like he's vulnerable. It feels like, how is he going to pull this off? There's so many, he doesn't make everything is not easy for him. Everything is not simple. It's not like a Furious 7 kind of thing where you feel like, this guy is a superhero. He's just a pretty normal guy dealing with all of this, but he's smart, and he's very gutsy, and so it works really well. Alan Rickman as Gruber was great as a villain, very, very fun, and I thought it was very well paced. It doesn't get boring. There's not like a lot of unnecessary explosions, even though it is. There are some of those, but I found it entertaining, even though I wish it hadn't been quite so much language, but yeah, so I did enjoy Die Hard, and I see why it's so popular. So there you go. So that is a very eclectic, everything from Western to a preschool animated movie to Die Hard to the first animated movie and to a dance ballerina movie from the 40s. There you go. So nobody can accuse me of not being an eclectic movie fan. So that is my movies I saw at home in June, and I hope that you're all having a great day. Let me know if you've seen any of these, what you think. I'd be very curious to know. And I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.